the way.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Boring. I just wanted to make a video and talk about the things that I want to see in Red Dead Online. God, I knew I was going to do that. So, with Red Dead, right, they implemented a whole new system that involved conversation with NPCs, how you can either rob them, charm them, or antagonize them. And I don't think they would build this system and not implement it into Red Dead Online, because it just kind of seems like it fits perfectly. It feels like it would do really well with like robbing people and stuff like that. No longer do you have to go to like a convenience store. Instead, you could just go anywhere on the street and just rob somebody. So that is really exciting. I hope that they do that. But in doing so, I don't want it to be like Grand Theft Auto Online, where it's just silence. Like your dude's like a fucking mute. Like, fuck that. The way I think they should do it, in my opinion at least, if they're going to add that conversation system, what they should do is they should implement preset voices, maybe even like have John Marston's voice, Arthur's voice. Just kind of like have a whole bunch of laid out voices that you can choose from for your character. That way it gives your character a voice. That way it kind of, gives him a little bit more life and realism to himself. Going on to that, character creation, I want either of them to have a really good character creation or have at least preset faces to go with. Mainly because GTA Online, the character creator, I mean, your people looked kind of bland. Like, they all kind of look the exact same. Unless you spend, like, 4 hours and then it's, like, slightly different from what everyone else looks like. So, I mean, I think that if they are going to implement character creation, at least go all out. And if not, then preset faces would probably be the best way to go about it. I hope they don't go the route of like picking different characters like Red Dead 1, which it wasn't like a bad system. It's just I would rather have the create your own, but I feel like they wouldn't go back that route. I don't think they would go backwards like that. Next is obviously more clothing items, more hairstyles, stuff like that. I mean, the hairstyles that we have right now are good to start with. Clothes, however, I feel like there's not as big of a selection as there could be with the clothes, especially the way you see some NPCs have their clothes that you can't really mimic that. I feel like they should add more to, kind of go with that. They should also add a situation where if you level up survivability or something, you can get special holsters and stuff like that. I like that system in Red Dead 2, the Red Dead Redemption 2 storyline. I hope they put that in Red Dead Online as well. On top of that, holsters for dual wielding. You see on Arthur how he has one of the holsters on the front and on the side. But then you look at Dutch, and he has both of his holsters on his sides. If they add the customization feature to move the secondary holster wherever you want to put it, that would be dope. I wouldn't complain about that. More guns would be cool. But overall, this isn't a wish list. This is things that I want to see, like, gameplay-wise and stuff like that. So I'm going to steer away from that. Camping and stuff. I'm still kind of curious how they're going to do like player housing and shit like that. I mean, if they're just going to stick with camps, it's probably what I see them doing, because they can't really legitly make a player be able to own like a ranch without someone else owning it. So I mean, like, because in GTA Online they were like apartment buildings, right? They were like giant towers, so I mean it made it kind of realistic that everyone went to the same place because they lived on different floors and whatnot. I can't really see them doing a whole lot with Red Dead Online in that perspective, But without spoiling too much, the end of the story, you get to look at like a book, and it shows like different houses and stuff, like a catalog, like we would go into the store. You don't get to choose anything; it's just like a cutscene, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it ain't bad. I can see them working that way, where you can like build your own ranch, maybe as like a job thing. Maybe be able to actually like sell cattle, livestock, stuff like that. That would be a cool system. Hopefully they do that. If they don't do it right away, it's something to definitely look into. It's just how to go about doing that. That's all. They definitely need to leave animals in there. I don't think that they won't, just because they don't have to worry about cars and like all these different things going on like in Grand Theft Auto. So hopefully animals should still be there, and I feel like I'd be depressed if they weren't. I want to see emotions return, mainly because the main thing that I was super excited about before I got to play this game, like whenever people got to play it early and stuff and they were live streaming, I watched people pick up cigars, and I was like the most hyperactive ever. I was like, hey, smoke the cigar, smoke the cigar. And whenever I got into the actual game and I smoked a cigar, your dude lights up this gigantic cigar, takes one puff, and then throws it on the ground. That's pretty dumb. I mean, I understand it from the gameplay's perspective, but I mean, I feel like they could have made it to where it stayed in his mouth for a good while, and it could just be like you couldn't use another elixir or anything until you were done smoking that, like at like a 30-minute cooldown, or 30-second cooldown or something like that. I feel like that would have been better to go about doing something like that, but they didn't do that. So in GTA Online, just like how you can hold down the buttons and stay smoking the cigarette, I hope that they have that ability in Red Dead Online with cigars. It's a dumb little thing, but it's something I want. Stagecoaches and stuff like that, I don't know exactly. I mean, I know they're gonna eventually. They're probably gonna have stagecoaches for sale in Red Dead Online. Let's be honest here. But I just don't want them to like mess it up, because if you're only playing by yourself, right? If you're soloing in this thing, I mean, they're probably going to have it to where you can put it in the stable or something like that, so it's not a big deal. But if it's going to be tied, like the stagecoaches are going to be tied to your camp, like if you have a stagecoach, you can have a bigger camp, stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. I hope that they do that. Eventually, when you get through the story, without spoiling too much, a camp has a little building where you get to like sleep in the building. I hope they do that with GTA Online. If they do anything along the lines of player housing that way, where if they're just focusing on camps, at least make it to where you can place your camp in a building or something. I feel like that'd be cool. I know I'm like ranting. I'm not even like, this isn't like a super formal video. I'm just excited. I just wanted to talk about all my ideas about Red Dead Online. God, I'm gonna do that all the fucking time. But yeah, no, that's something I want to see. Getting drunk with your friends in a saloon, that's something I'm really excited about doing. They already have poker and everything like that in the actual game. Hopefully that comes out at launch with the online as well, which it should. Different variants of horses would be dope. It'd be cool to have NPC interactions like strangers and shit in online. I doubt they would go as far as doing that, but I mean, they are going to add their own story to it anyway, so I mean, hopefully it'd be cool. Another one is doubtable. It's probably not going to happen, but I was thinking about having, if the player surrenders to a cop with a low bounty, if they're not shooting at you already, you get to surrender and have your arms in the air, and they take you to jail. That would be a really cool fucking feature. If not gonna be a normal feature, which I doubt it would be, at least make it a mission where you're in jail, or like one of your people's in jail and your other posse has to break you out. That would be so freaking cool. Uh, what else? What else? So another thing that's, you know, most likely definitely not going to be in online is lassos. Same reason as the tasers for GTA Online. They don't want people to spam it and all that stuff. However, Rockstar, if you're listening, a way to counteract that, if you hog tie someone, put them on a train tracks, most likely you've already done this, and you've already seen that they can break out over time. I feel like if you were able to do that, it would be okay to have lassos on online, because we can say, like, if you hog tie someone, your lasso's out of your inventory and you have to go buy another one. That way they can't keep hog tying you and keep lassoing you. You should be able to break out of your the lasso. Like, if they're pulling you with the lasso, then you should be able to, like, try to reach for your feet by mashing buttons and then get yourself out. Or if you're hog tied on the horse, you can try to roll off. Most likely they'll just be able to shoot you in the head, but I mean, that's still part of the fun. If they hog tie you and leave you somewhere, you can start breaking out of that whenever they're kind of far away. I feel like that would be the best way to go about it if they wanted to add lassos. Mainly just letting the lasso disappear out of the inventory when you hog tie someone. That way, no one can really fuck with it. Or even if your guy just pulls out a knife whenever you're being dragged with a lasso, because that's not necessarily hog tying them, you can say that you use your knife to cut yourself out, and then they can't use the lasso or something. Something like that. I feel like that would be really cool. Of course, the beard and the hair growing mechanics, I really want to be a thing. I really hope that they are a thing. They should be. They better be. But I think that's a really cool fucking mechanic, and I think that they should definitely keep that going. Because, yeah, I like that a lot. So for missions, even if they go back to what GTA Online did, and have, like, small-time fucking crime people that you go to, like small-time missions in the beginning, and then it just slowly gets better and better when you level up, I'm okay with doing that. I'm okay with that, especially if it's like a, you know, like from the start, and then they're gonna just constantly send out updates and better the game. I know they're gonna have races and stuff like that. That's gonna be really cool. What else? I don't know. I'm just ranting, guys. I'm just kind of spitballing here. If you have any ideas, I mean, do whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but if you wanted to, you can comment and be like, hey, this is what I want to see in Red Dead Online. And you know what? That would be really dope. And I would probably agree with you, because I think everything should be in Red Dead Online. But yeah, renting rooms and saloons and stuff should be a thing, I guess. Going to the theater, definitely, is like one of my favorite pastimes on Red Dead. I freaking love going to the theater and watching plays and stuff. I really want to do that in multiplayer. That'd be super cool. You get drunk with your buddies and just stand in the front of the stage and just go, "You suck!" It's pretty fun. But yeah, I think that's really all I can come up with. But yeah, like I said, if you guys think of anything, do share. Do share. Yeah, we'll go from there. I'll take a look at the comments too, and I'll like them and shit. That would be cool. I will give them a like. If they're cool enough, I might even give them a heart, because that totally makes a difference in anything. But yeah, share your stories. Share your fun times with Red Dead. How do you like it so far? Do you think it is dope? Do you think it is cool? I think it's cool. Well, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now and go. You have a great day, and I will talk to everybody whenever I make another fucking video, which, I don't know, might be soon. I still need to finish Red Dead Revolver. I said I was gonna do it, and then, you know, like I said, I had a dog, so it was doubtable gonna happen anyway, but I've been spitballing, playing some Red Dead Redemption 2, and yeah, one of these nights here, I think maybe Friday night, because I'm gonna have to force myself to stay up anyway. I'll try to live stream some more Red Dead Revolver and finish it off. So, woo, keep in touch for that. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fucking hoot. Okay, I'm gonna actually go now. Alright, bye.
You alright back there, old man?
Get back here!
Just give it up.